Roberts Cutoff to Oxford, this is just a little small street, same scenario. The asphalt is above, and all the utilities are in. And Oxford, Auburn actually gets a lot of traffic from school, and also Oxford from Baylor to Notre Dame. The utilities are in, and we'd like to do just a 2-inch mill and overlay on both of these streets. And then on Woodlawn, Woodlawn is a section. This small section of Woodlawn is from Long to Hillside, I believe, is the actual street, next street. This little short segment of street has totally collapsed due to underground groundwater movement through it. And we're looking at the utilities under this now. We do have a manhole there. We're going to look at that, make sure before we do anything that is replaced in that area.
Also, since I used to live up there, I know that section was missed when Herman redid Hillside and then cut it out.
Not to point fingers, point it right.
And then when Long got redone, so each connecting road was totally redone many years ago, but that stretch never did.
Yeah. But I'm gonna finish this story because this man, he because he lived up there. So people were criticized. In order to get up off that hill, you had to have a 4-wheeler with mud grips on it. And he said the utilities not in. I said people cannot drive this hill from now on until we get utilities. It has to be done. But Steve jumped on me because he lived up there and was afraid of the criticism. So the criticism is mine. I take credit for it.
All right. I've had 2 citizens contact me about that one little block. I'm mad it needs to be
It's because it got missed, yeah.
Yeah, we actually went over there and shaved an area off and made a temporary patch on top, and even now the temporary patch is.
That's one of the few areas where there's not curbs. That one property.
The one property doesn't have the curb, but all the rest does.
No, I know, but I'm just saying we've enforced curbs in other areas before, but for some reason it wasn't done there. So.
Well, as you can see, this is more than our annual budget. Our annual budget is $65,000. What our staff would like to recommend is that we definitely do Woodlawn. We will have to present some numbers on the curb and gutter repair. We may be able to do that through the stormwater budget. But then as we do the $16,000 on Woodlawn, then we would like to do Black Oak is the next at $27,000. And then I believe we decided Auburn Street, I believe, wasn't that correct, Mr. Greger?
I thought it was Yale.
Was it Yale?
Yeah.
Yale, and it puts us right at $55,000.
What the rest of you have?
Good. Yale is.
The rest of Yale will be completely done when we do the project.
Because it's going down every time we do a detour.
Yeah.
The 65 is our money, right?
Yes, sir. That's set aside for, that's your ad valorem tax that you set aside for that.
Okay. So this isn't any CDBG?
No, sir.
So
No,
it's
sir.
just us, the county provides the labor and us provide the material.
Yes, sir.
We get CDBG every other year.
Yes,
Did
sir.
we get it last year? When will we get it again?
We've got it now. We're under application for it. And in the way, my understanding right now, they're looking at our overall cost estimate. They believe there's a problem in that. They're working on that. Back with us. We should have you back before the next council meeting and answer to that. And then that will actually be in next year's budget because of the time frame. It'll be in this 2019-2020 budget.
While we're looking at this, we would like to get an overview of all the streets that are finished with water and sewer, the infrastructure, because we've said before, we've got to come up with means to fix these roads, so we need
We'll continue an hour on the committee to address that whenever it gets, wherever you appointed us.
But
We're waiting on that
they
information.
need to bring something to us so we can basically go out and determine the traffic flow, the number of people it's going to affect, and make sure that we address the ones that have that worst conditions, heaviest traffic flow.
That's what we decided to do here with Jeremy on board, our new public works superintendent, Mr. Jeremy Bell, freed up a lot more time, and he and I traveled the streets, and we said what it would be the most impact and where we're hurting the most, and so these are the areas that we looked at, because there is a lot of areas that we're gonna make some improvements on. There's a lot of utility cracks that have roared, we're gonna get those filled just as soon as we get half of East Texas hauled off from brush damage.
Right.
Well, on Blacko, going to Gillum, that curve there, that real sharp curve, it's like a washboard, and some of you may not, younger people don't know what a washboard is. But, that will definitely make it much safer when they come around that corner.
But certainly, you know, Robert's Cutoff, if there's so much traffic, it's gotta be,
Right.
have a priority for it.
It's gotta have a priority, and that's, you know, that's why I did what I did here. This, to me, every street on here is a priority. The cost is more than our annual budget. This is probably about 3 years of our budget or 4. So I wanted to address that with you, just to, provide you some, further information. If we do nothing to Roberts Cutoff, I need to go down through sections of it and mill it down, 4 inches and do some overlay in those patches that are what we call mill patching. It's just when you take a mill machine down there and you mill, say, 20 or 40 foot, and then you repair that. You get it square, you get it nice, you get a real nice patch. State Highway Department does it a lot. Similar to what they did out front here.
I would think for Robert's Cutoff, we need to find somebody to do this section. Yeah, and not do that.
Go ahead and go.
Yeah, because it's so much traffic and so many, it touches so many people.
The appearance of our city.
Okay.
But, I mean, we're not, just give them some feedback, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes, that's as a table this worksheet, bright yellow means caution. White down here, there's plenty of room to write and make notes.
Good job.
So,
And the red that's gonna show up on it is blood.
yes, sir. So, I'm seeking direction in, if you would like to stay in your normal budget, I will, devise something from this. I highly recommend that we have to fix Woodlawn, and then we can, go from that point on.
Isn't some of this addressed with our water and sewer budget?
No.
None of these, no. The other extension of Yale is, Yale from meandering all the way up to, Roberts Cutoff, it will be addressed in it. Okay? Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, that's my bedtime, that's for sure. Okay. Item number 12, discussion and interaction on
They're not
scheduling.
gonna take any action, so we can get
Okay.
something in.
What I was trying to do is get with Todd and get something set, a time from them so we can set and have a workshop on basically Meandering Road.
Do you need a motion on that? Yes, 11. I'll make a motion that we contract with Tarrant County Precinct 4 for street improvements for fiscal year 2020.
Second.
Have a motion second to approve the contract with Tarrant County Precinct 4 for street improvements in fiscal year 2020. Have a motion second. Any other discussion?
Are you going with staff's recommendation? Yes.
Yeah.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. That's my retirement year, folks. Item number 13, consider approval of city attendance for the October 9th through 11th Texas Municipal League Annual Conference in San Antonio, Texas.
Back to item 12. You announced item 12 and then backed up.
Oh. Schedule, well, Marvin said we pulled it off because we're trying to get from the COG a good time and date for them, so workshop.
We don't have
So we'll make
confirmation on that yet, but as soon as I do, I will be getting info. Okay.
But, I think we need to get
Are we
that.
still looking at a Saturday morning, though?
That's what I understand, unless y'all want to change it to another day.
Saturday mornings work well. Most people.
It's a 4 hour.